If you want to make more money, you're going to need more skills. I'm going to tell you the 3 skills that I would learn trying to grow and make it to 6 figures. Now, I'm not one of these people that started with a whole bunch of money or at a nice job. I've been working manual labor my whole life, and the most I ever made was at a job making $18 an hour. To get here, I really had to dial in and learn. So these are skills that can help anyone go from a 9-to-5 job to earning 6 figures on your own. And in particular, these skills are going to help you make some internet money, because to me, that was the most attractive. I've always wanted to be able to work from anywhere and make my own hours. And I was able to do that within a year and a half of learning these skills. So let's get into it. Skill number 1 is credit. In my opinion, this is the most slept on skill that anyone can have. A lot of times you can gauge how much money you can make in the industry by how much supply there is versus how much demand there is. The more demand, the more money you can make. And the more supply there is, the less money you can make. Obviously, if there's a bunch of people that know it and nobody really wants it, you're not gonna make any money. But with credit, everyone wants good credit, and no one knows how to get it. If you can learn how to clean people's credit, even clean your own credit, you will have something that everyone wants. And just by having that, people are gonna just start bringing you their money. One thing I like about credit is one of the fastest growing businesses by word of mouth that I've ever seen. You don't even have to start posting about it to make money. Now, it's a good idea to start posting about it once you learn it, but just cleaning people's credit can get you a bag so fast, because all you have to do is help people get approved for one thing, and they're gonna tell everyone about it. Help people get approved for a car, and then every time somebody asks them about their car, they're gonna tell them about you. When I was first starting to clean people's credit, I would even go to dealerships and let them know, like, my number, here's my flyer. If anyone comes in here with messed up credit, send them to me. I can clean their credit, you'll get a sale, and they'll get their car. Everyone's happy, right? There's so many different routes that you can take when you learn how to clean credit. Once you clean your own credit, you can start your own credit cleaning business. You could clean your own credit and go for business funding to start any other business that you want, which we'll go more into later. But if you want the fastest way to increase your income off of a skill that you know about credit, I would start by learning the CFPB laws, learning how to delete things off of credit profiles, and learning how to boost credit profiles as well. Boosting credit profiles is one of the easiest things to do. All you gotta do is help people get the right accounts on their credit profile, because a good credit score does not always mean you can get approved for something. I've seen people get denied for things having a 750 credit score because they only got one thing on their profile. Maybe it's one card. But I've also seen people with like a 650 get approved for some crazy things just because they have a good credit mixture. And all this means is that you have different things reporting on your credit in a positive way. So some things you can do for people is get them set up with BoomPay or Rent Reporters. These are 2 websites or apps that will report rent payments as positive payment history on people's credit, and you can backdate these 2 years. So if you know somebody who's been paying rent, you can report all those positive rent payments onto their credit, and it's gonna boost their credit up really fast. Hooking them up with a pledge loan and running the 90% play. There's so many plays that you can run to boost somebody's credit. And credit is a whole rabbit hole that we could go down. There's so much to talk about with credit. You could take it. You could remove anything from any credit report. You could add anything onto a credit report, and you can manipulate it 100 different ways to get someone approved for an apartment, a car, a loan, anything that you could think of. Everyone needs credit, and a lot of people have messed up credit, and you can help a lot of people while making a lot of money with credit. I made a pretty big bag off of repairing people's credit, and it's not even the main thing that I do. So if I was starting from zero, one of the first things I would learn about is credit. Now, the second skill that I would go ahead and start learning to get to 6 figures as fast as possible is Amazon FBA. Because in my opinion, this is the best beginner business model that you can start investing in and set yourself up for success in the long term. Credit is something that you could learn and start making money with fast, and it doesn't take that much of an investment. It's more about what you learn. But Amazon FBA is somewhere where you can start putting money. It's almost like a bank that makes you a lot more money than a bank. Amazon FBA is somewhere where you can store your money in products and make a bigger return on it. I actually started doing Amazon FBA. I got a mentorship about 2 years ago and was able to scale from working a 9-to-5, put in $150 into my store in products every week, scale it to where it's at now, making $40K a month. And at the same time, scaling hundreds of students in the mentorship to do the same exact thing, running the blueprints, running the same plays. I'm giving my products to people to buy and sell because there's so much motion on Amazon. And if you're someone who's working a 9-to-5 and is trying to make it happen while working a job, this is where I would actually start at, is Amazon. You could realistically learn everything you need to about Amazon FBA within, I would say, 2 or 3 weeks if you're very focused. I really like Amazon FBA because it's one of those businesses where you can see sales within your first month. That's really important. All these things that I'm telling y'all, all these skills I'm telling y'all to learn are things that can make you money within a very quick amount of time. If you can focus on something and you actually have long-term thinking and you're like, all right, in 6 months, I want to be here. In a year, I want to be here. You could make this happen. And with a steady mind and keeping yourself focused on Amazon, you could make that happen. If you're getting into Amazon, I would say start low, start with items that you can get ungated with 10 units for, those easy approvals. Go ahead and start selling those. Keep testing many products in your store. Don't start with one product. Everybody wants to start with one product and think that's the magic switch and it's gonna make them a millionaire. You gotta start with a bunch of different products, because one of them, there might be something wrong with it. You might have missed something, right? So I would say start with 5 to 10 products. Keep the ones that do good, get rid of the ones that don't do good, get rid of the ones that do bad, and keep pushing every week, keep investing. And you can scale very quickly with Amazon. Now, the third skill that I would start learning if I was trying to get to 6 figures as soon as possible would be business funding. Now, this kind of piggybacks off of credit and Amazon FBA and can really be the third pillar in a huge business model, because everyone that wants to start a business needs money to start a business, right? Now, you can start with a small amount of money and make it work, but to really get going and to really compete with these top 10% guys, you need money, right? A lot of people don't know that with a good credit score and an LLC, you can get business funding from a bank and you can get anywhere from $50,000 to $250,000 in business funding from a bank to go ahead and start that business with the bank's money. And to be honest, it's a lot easier to clean your credit and get an LLC than it is to save up $50,000 to $250,000, right? Who has that sitting in the bank? I didn't, but I learned when I started cleaning credit that a lot of people, once they get their credit cleaned, they want to go for a car, an apartment, or a loan, or a house, or whatever. But you have this other group of people that are cleaning their credit so that they can get business funding, because banks are looking to lend out money, right? And who they're looking to lend to is people that are going to make more money off of that money. Now, with a good credit score and a good credit profile, you need at least 680, preferably anything over a 700, and you need 4 to 6 positive accounts, right? You need to have no late payments, no derogatories on your credit profile, and preferably a credit card with a limit over $1,000, which all of this is not that hard to do. I get students funded all the time for $50K and more in the mentorship just by following this blueprint. But you can get people funded. You can get entrepreneurs funded for at least $50,000. Go ahead and get them a Chase Ink swipe or an American Express swipe or any kind of good credit card or any kind of good business card so that they can start their business. And it's like lighting a fire under a business, giving them that big rocket, giving them a big boost in the beginning so that they know they're not gonna fail. This is a huge skill, because in the beginning in the beginning of the video, I was talking about how you'll make a lot of money in a business where there's a lot of demand and not a lot of supply. How many people out there want to start a business but don't have the money to do it? And how many people know how to connect into that money to do it? Not a lot, but it's a lot of people that want that, right? So if you can learn the skill of business funding and get people funded, that will bring you so much money. And the way you make money in business funding is find an entrepreneur who wants to start a business and you let them know, I can get you funded for your business. I'll get you $50,000 and I'll just take 5%, 10%. You could either go the relationship manager route or the credit card stacking route. With a relationship manager, you basically have a contact in a bank where you let them know, hey, I'm gonna bring you people that are qualified for business funding. You just help their applications get pushed through. Or you can go the card stacking route, which is basically where you make sure all 3 bureaus on a person's credit profile looks good, and you go ahead and stack credit cards. What this means is you're applying for credit cards that pull from the different bureaus, because every credit card pulls from a different bureau. You can stack different credit cards on top of each other. Even if they get approved for 3 cards with 20K on it, now you just got them 60K to go ahead and start their business. And this can stack even more if you know the 2 computer stack and play, which is basically where you have a computer here and a computer here. You open a tab on each one and you click accept on those credit card applications at the same time so that the inquiries don't report before the other one gets accepted. There's a lot of different plays you can make with business funding, a lot of different ways to get people funding for their businesses. And these 3 skills are can all work in tangent together. If you learn credit, you learn Amazon, and you learn business funding, you can have a whole business where you clean people's credit, you get them funded, and you take that funding and show them how to put it into an Amazon FBA store to make a lot of money. That's exactly what I do in my mentorship, is I help people get their credit cleaned, teach them about funding, and teach them about Amazon FBA and how to use all three together. And that's really a winning combination right there. So if I had to start from zero, this is exactly the skills that I would learn again and again and again to get me to 6 figures a year. And this is exactly how I started 2 years ago. While I was working a 9-to-5, I was learning these skills. I was watching these videos, and that's why I know you can make it happen, because there's nothing special about me. Literally, you could see pictures of me working in warehouses, in construction, doing things with my hands, because I didn't have any skills. I didn't go to college. I barely graduated high school. But at a certain point, I knew I had to get it, and I knew I was meant for more. And if you feel like that too, then you've got to start learning skills to increase your income, because you got people to take care of and you got things to get done. So start learning these skills. If you need mentorship, I got you. The links will be down in the description. I'm helping people get funded. I'm helping people with their credit, and I'm helping people with Amazon FBA. So if you need help with any of that, I got you. Hit me up on IG, join the mentorship program. Any way you got to get it, get to it, sell things online, make lots of money.